Let's talk a little bit about the gaming industry and the future of the gaming industry. You seem pretty bullish again on Las Vegas. Tell me about Paradise Park and why you decided to start design. And you haven't brought it to the board yet, I gather. You're not.
I am not.
You're not ready.
It's the most complicated, fun, challenging thing of my career in Las Vegas, which is now on its 49th year. We have this fabulous piece of real estate, and we have our own water rights that date back to the Desert Inn Water Company that I bought. It doesn't interfere with the water supply of the valley. This is private water that was under the Desert Inn. And that gave us a unique opportunity. And I've thought of that golf course for the past 15 years that I've owned it as the great future thing in the company that could help change Las Vegas for the better. And so I put the golf course, the new one that Tom Fazio and I designed in 2001, I put that golf course in as a placeholder. It's a beautiful golf course and I love living on it with Andrea. But it was a placeholder to me for the next big idea that would make people love coming to Las Vegas, whether they were staying in our hotel or some other hotel. And naturally, the use of our water rights and our real estate and its strategic location between the Sands Expo Center, the Las Vegas Visitors and Convention Center. That was also another, that DI was one of the great pieces of real estate. You
said that when you bought it. I remember talking to you about it when you bought it, and you talked about how big it was and the location, and you really only developed a very, very small part of it until now.
That's right. And you know, I've been waiting. I got sidetracked in China.
Right.
It was easy to get sidetracked. But now I'm looking to the future and the long-term development of the company in Las Vegas. And so I am grinding for the past 6 months on that land and how to use it. I've made a deal with Crystal Lagoons, and now the question is, what is in and around that water? How is this beachfront fantasy in detail, down to the granular detail? How does it work? How will people move? What will they see? How wild and crazy can we get with the fantasy part of it?
You're still designing it?
Oh yeah, I'm not near done yet.
How many hotels?
Well, there's one tower would be part of the first phase, and there's room for a second tower. One on the south, just after the ballroom, the Lafitte Ballroom, and one right after the Country Club restaurant. And they'd be separated by 1,100 feet of the water. And it would be X amount of feet to the west side. My villas in the Country Club are on the west side, and then as you go towards Paradise, that's the east side. But from north to south, it's about 1,100 feet, and there could be 2 towers. There could also be one on the southeast corner of it. There's yet another site.
So you're not sure yet the whole build out, or so how much it would cost any of that yet, right?
Not yet, nope.
So what's the time frame in terms of?
I don't know. I'll know when I'm finished.
But I mean, could it be anywhere from like 2 months to 2 years? I mean, you really have no idea. What's your?
Oh no. I think I'm going to dedicate all of my free time when I'm not in Macau, working on the palace and getting it stabilized. I'm going to spend all of my free time working on that. I did all day yesterday and the day before. I'm with you this morning, and I'm going to go to LA this afternoon, but I'm going to work on it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, and Thursday I meet with my design partner, DeRuyter Butler, and we sit and ruminate and draw and sketch and bring other people from other cities, convention people, designers, manufacturers of fantasy equipment. I go to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, in Amish country, to Tate, the people that make all the rock concert sets and who build sets for us and who do work for Disney when they want to build something wild. In Lancaster is Tate. That's an interesting experience being in Lancaster. We mocked up this lagoon in an Amish farmer's pasture where they grow soybeans. He rented it to us. There's Andre and I. There's Andre and I trying different size shells in the air and looking at a mock-up of a mountain that's a thing that came out of the mountain at 200 feet with a crane. I mean, this is such fun. The whole creative process is about a sequential process. You go from A to B to C to D, but the only way to go to D is through C. The only way to C is through B. Now, someone who's not done this for a lifetime thinks that they can make the A to D jump. We can go fast. The only thing that someone who thinks they can go from A to D in one jump is someone who's mislabeled B.
Well, your attention to detail and everything.
But creativity is sequential, is what I'm saying.
That's what you know. But
and so I'm loving it, but I'm in the sequence now. And the trouble with the sequence is you don't know when it's over until you finally know when it's over.
Do you know whether you're at B or C yet? Do you know which part?
I'm into the alphabet. I'm into the alphabet on this puppy. And you know, someone who builds these kind of places, like my gang, me and my pals, we love the process. We're not saying, oh, God damn, we got to have the cash flow by nightfall. Can we get this place open in 6 months? We don't think that way. We say, whatever, we know that the process of creativity is sequential. So you know, and you get dry, you bump into a wall, you don't have a solution to this particular issue at the moment, and it frustrates the hell out of you, and you take it to bed with you at night. And when that happens, if you've been doing this for a long time, I talk about this with Spielberg or Lucas or anybody else, you stop and work on something else and come back to it.
So you really don't know how long it's going to take, because the creative process is always different with everything that you do.
I don't make schedules for myself because I know that it's fruitless to do so. But let me put it this way. With each passing week, we deal with and resolve and come to more comfort on some of the points that we've made, some of the things we've done that have withstood examination, cross-examination, re-cross-examination. In the process, a certain percentage of your original ideas fall away. They don't stand multiple examinations, but a certain part stays. And like a jigsaw puzzle that fills in from the edges, the end of the design development process is when all the big payoff comes, because the project begins to talk to you after a while. And that's an exciting thing. What you've got to develop is a sense of understanding of the process so that you don't get impatient and anxious about it while you're in it.
Listen to the way you're talking about this. I mean, your enthusiasm about this project. Does this reflect your enthusiasm now for the future of Las Vegas? Because maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago, you might not have been talking this way about the future of Las Vegas. You might have not thought, oh no, that all that land I have is going to be fallow for way too long. Are you as bullish about Las Vegas in the future as you are about Paradise Park?